Hey guys, it's me, Parker, and today I'll be going over what a president entails for the job, if you want to run for president. So we have a couple things. Firstly, you have to collaborate with a lot of different clubs, such as Interact, Rojans, Leo, all of the service clubs especially, because those are the other people who are also in a service club, and a lot of the times if we're hosting an event or somebody's doing a cast project, we try and get that along to the other clubs. That way we can get as much of a purchase or as much help as we can for those clubs. NHS is also a very big one that we also do a lot of collaboration with. Secondly, we also have being a representative for your club. So as club president, you have to be willing and able to represent. That doesn't mean you have to be serious all the time. I'm sure you guys all know me. I'm barely serious. But it does entail having to do recognizable things, especially with teachers. You don't have to be friends with every one of your teachers, because trust me, I'm not. But you do have to be willing to talk with teachers and talk with club sponsors, especially, to be able to try and, if there is a problem, resolve it. And along with that, another big thing is being open to your teachers about being president. So especially for example, my English class, sometimes my English teacher will go up to me and be like, hey, I heard you're the president of Key Club. Can you do this service opportunity? And I'd be like, of course, absolutely. And so that's also a really big thing, is that you have to make sure that people do know you are the president and that you would be able to put into place some certain types of service. So another really big thing is being, again, you have to work well with others. I'm just being you should be able to have at least one major goal that you want to get done. So for instance, this year, ours was admitting freshmen. It's never been done before at St. P. High. In the past, not only Key Club, but any service club has had a lot of problems admitting freshmen besides Leo, because of issues. So this year we were able to get that resolved, and it was not only a really big speaking point for me last year on why I wanted to be president, but it's something I actively pursued because it's what I wanted to see. Especially going to decon, you're going to see a lot of people who have different goals and different opportunities, and you see a lot of great things come out of it, and you want to bring those to your school, which is another big thing, is that you want to be able to bring more to Key Club here. You don't want to be able to just continue the cycle. You want to add something new, add something big that will be able to help people in further years. Another big thing is you're not I'm going to be honest, being a co-president or president of Key Club isn't the most, of course you have special, I'm not going to call responsibilities or privileges. So for instance, a lot of it is you get assigned papers. It's not that fun, but you have to do that. You also are a big speaking point to your own club sponsor. Your club sponsor coordinates a lot of stuff with you, especially more opportunities. Our club sponsor this year, Mr. Ben, has given a lot of opportunities to me and Bronwyn to add to Key Club, which we end up doing. So it's a big way to do that. Another big thing is that there's a lot of planning and a lot of, this is what, we want kind of going into it. So especially at board meetings, we see, Bronwyn and I are often planning things. So with Bronwyn's, it was inductions and stuff like that. And also the VP Social is also there. So it's a joint project. But together, it's we are, again, the biggest representatives for this club. So we should be the one that should be doing a lot of the work for planning and stuff like that. Kind of going into it. So especially at board meetings, we see Bronwyn and I are often planning things. So with Bronwyn's, it was inductions and stuff like that. And also the VP Social is also there. So it's a joint project. But together, it's we are, again, the biggest representatives for this club. So we should be the one that should be doing a lot of the work for planning and stuff like that. And then another big thing is just making sure no positions are overlooked in the club. So we do have other positions, as I'm sure you know. And for example, treasurer and secretary, I'm going to use those two. If the treasurer is doing something, it's you don't have to look over them and be sorry, I wanted to do that face, but that, and pretend you're looking over them 24/7. You don't have to do that. You should have a lot of trust in your other board members, But if they do text you being like, hey, can you investigate this? You can't, you should. Oftentimes it's something like somebody forgot to sign their name and they paid money. So stuff like that you do have to investigate. And just a last one is you want to be willing to lead the club. I probably should have started out with that. But you need to be willing to lead the club and show leadership. That's what president really is about. It's about showing leadership and being able to lead. A lot of it is this is the way that we should lead our club. This is the way we should run it. That way we can get as much service done or etc. And it takes a lot. So you really need to be a leader if you want to be president. That's all. Bye, Key Club.
Okay, maybe fix your tie before you do an entire take. Oh, hey, didn't see you come in. My name's Gavin, and I'm the current Webmaster. My job consists of providing my fellow officers with resources such as forms, signups, and of course the website, where I periodically come in to add any information that members might need. I also help manage a calendar and provide technical knowledge. Much of my job is design and composition. Much of my work often requires me to think about and design materials that give our club a more professional look. And as such, I like to reach into other areas of the club and proofread or give feedback on design elements. I personally am focused on standardization and maintaining consistency across all the areas I oversee, as well as keeping my designs practical. I'm more of a behind-the-scenes guy when it comes to my position and hand most of the front end to my fellow members of my board. But that's mostly a personal preference. You certainly can take a more active role if you see fit. And I also program on the side, and I often find this a useful skill to have when helping my fellow officers with technological related issues, minor stuff like CSS and regex. It's definitely not essential to my job, but it has its moments. So that's the Webmaster position. Hopefully this helped, and good luck.
Hi, I'm Emilie Javate. I'm your Key Club treasurer, and your job as treasurer is to be collecting and managing all Key Club funds, whether it's for fundraisers or social events. You're expected to keep in contact with Mr. Benton and the bookkeeper, and be responsible with the money that you're collecting, whether it's for dues, decons, inductions, shirts, anything for socials if you need it. You need to be very organized, keep in contact with your sponsor and the rest of your board members, and be on top of the expectations that the district and international level of Key have for you, especially for dues and decon. Good luck to anyone interested in running.
Hi guys, it's Ava, the editor of Key Club, and I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit about my position. So basically, every Wednesday at 5 p.m., I send out a newsletter that contains information from the Remind, Instagram, and Facebook, and that typically involves anything that has to do with Gold Fever, t-shirts, club meetings, and socials, and the focal point is often point opportunities. I also occasionally draft emails to organizations we're trying to reach out to. I'd say important attributes to have are communication, because it's just important to talk to your board members and figure out what needs to be on the newsletter that week. Also, time management is really important, because sometimes I'll open up the newsletter and maybe there's only 15 minutes worth of work to do, but other times I'll open it up and, you know, you have to like rearrange the entire template, or you have to rewrite every column, which takes a lot of time. Also, this sounds super obvious, but the position does revolve around writing, so just being good at writing and enjoying it is a pretty vital thing for this position. And finally, being organized and able to compact information into kind of digestible pieces that look decent, because part of the point is to have a place where you don't have to dig through a bunch of posts or messages. So yeah.
Guys, tis Bronwyn coming at you with a little bit of info and advice on what being a co-pres of Key at St. Pete High entails, get you guys interested and see if you want to run for a co-pres, which is also a really cool thing to do. I highly suggest it. So first of all, one of the most important things about being co-pres is the co-pres portion of it. You have to be able to work with your co-president. You have to be able to communicate. You have to form a good relationship so that you guys can come up with ideas together, bounce ideas off of each other. And, you feel comfortable, if you can't come to an event or you need them to fill in for you and kind of jump in and take the reins, they can do that for you. So that's an essential portion of being co-pres. Another thing is that, you have to be ready to communicate what Key needs, and but you have to be able to communicate and present, ideas in an eloquent manner, come up with a lot of ideas for Key, new events, kind of communicate with other Key clubs in the district, communicate with our LTG, communicate with Kiwanis, communicate with event organizers. So it's a ton of communication, like a lot. And you have to be able to build relationships and connections, not only with adults and school faculty and club sponsors and other clubs, but you also have to be able to build bonds within Key. And so, my co-pres emphasizes, and I fully support, just kind of going up to people who you see kind of alone, you haven't really talked to them, and, kind of striking up a conversation, making a friend, making them feel welcomed, making them feel comfortable and such. So you have to be able to talk to anybody, no matter what, even if you don't know them, you never met them before, even if you don't like them, you have to be able to communicate. It's really essential. Another important part about being a Key co-pres is, let's see, I have to think. Oh yeah, communicating with the presidents of other clubs. This year, Key is really emphasizing working with Leo and Interact and Rojans. And so, Parker and I have a lot of communication with them. We have a little group chat, and we just kind of bounce ideas off of each other, throw around ideas for events, plan events together, coordinate, our induction ceremonies, coordinate meetings, coordinate, tappings and such. And so it's really essential to be able to communicate with the other presidents. Oh, showing up to events. So one of the really important parts about being a co-pres is we like to have almost every event, of course, sometimes it's not possible, but at almost every event we like to have a president there, just to kind of get the mood up, heighten the joy, I don't know, and kind of get people talking to each other, get people who are maybe a little bit more shy, a bit more new to Key or socials, involved in the activity, and kind of just coordinate stuff, bring everybody in together. And so that's another really essential thing, is just showing up and making people feel safe and comfortable and welcomed in the environment. Let's see. Yeah, I think I went over all the, crazy super important stuff. You sign a lot of documents. You work with the committee chairs a lot. You fill out a lot of paperwork. Sorry. You might not like that, but you have the rest of the board to help you out with it. And it's not a crazy amount. And you get to coordinate a lot of events. One of my favorite things I've done as a co-pres is coordinate inductions for you guys. That was a really, really special experience for me. I absolutely adored it. I hope you guys liked it. Sorry I had to kill Mr. Benton. But that's another part about being co-pres, is kind of entertaining these insane ideas that maybe you or your co-pres have, and making them come to life, and working out all the little kinks in the details, and contacting people about it, and setting a time, place, that kind of thing. So it's a lot of coordination, a lot of heading meetings, and coordinate what needs to be discussed, what needs to be done, deadlines and such, so that everything gets done. And you also have to kind of be there if any of the other board members with more kind of specific focused roles need a little bit of assistance. So like if the secretary is sick, maybe you can hop into the points log and help them out, and other stuff. And so you kind of have to be ready to jump in and, offer support to other board members if they're stressed, or to your co-pres if they're a little stressed out. Yeah, I think that's it. I actually really love being your guys' co-pres, and even though it's coming to an end in 4 months, it's been wonderful. It has been a true honor. I don't want to get too sappy, But I know that whoever takes up the mantle of a co-pres will do an amazing job. And I'm so impressed by what I have seen from you guys this year. I've met so many amazing people that I didn't know were here at St. PI. And so yeah, it's just been a true honor. And yeah, so I really hope this gets you guys excited to run for co-pres. Please run for co-pres. It's a really cool position. Yeah. Oh, and really quick before I run out of time, I'm rambling. If you guys ever need help, you ever have any more questions, because I probably forgot a ton of stuff in this video because I was rambling, you can contact me, or I'm sure Parker will be okay with it too. Facebook, Instagram, Remind's probably the best one if you have my phone number, whatever you want to do. Contact us if you have any questions about a position you're running for, and even after we graduate, if you need to contact me because you're like panicking. But yeah, I love you, people. Bye.
Hi everyone, my name is Isa and I am your current secretary, and I'm going to talk about some of the responsibilities and duties that come with being Key Club secretary. So one of the secretary's main tasks is keeping track of club members' service hours through the points log. So this requires a club secretary to be very organized as well as efficient at managing time. And because St. Pete High's Key Club is particularly large, updating the points log can be a very time-demanding task. Therefore, club secretaries should be willing to dedicate their time to completing their jobs well and be communicative with their fellow board members and club members in order to avoid any mistakes. Another role of the secretary is sending our Lieutenant Governor Pride reports, which are essentially forms that go out once a month that include a detailed record of everything that our club has done in the previous month. Another role of Key Club secretary is maintaining an updated list of all club members as well as officers, and this might require the secretary to work closely with the sergeant at arms as well as the treasurer. Another role of the Key Club secretary is taking detailed minutes at both general club meetings and board meetings in order to have a record of everything said and inform people who might have been missing. And this means that Key Club secretaries must be able to attend most, if not all, of the club meetings, both general and board. I think that anyone is capable of being Key Club secretary as long as they're willing to put in the work and manage their time well. But if you guys have any further questions or concerns, please feel free to contact me. Good luck to all of the candidates, and I'm really excited to see what you accomplish in the upcoming year.
Hi, I'm Rein. I'm the Sergeant at Arms of Key, and my job is basically to tell people if they're on probation or if they're kicked out at the end of the semester, which is really easy. It's more just finding the people that's harder, and I also have to let them know if they haven't paid their dues or else they will be kicked out of Key. And also if they haven't paid dues for like shirts or any other events that they haven't paid for. So I basically just let people know if they are in danger of being kicked out of Key or if they are missing anything to be in good standing with Key. So yeah.
I'm Kensley and I'm the VP Service for Key this year. Some of the main jobs of the VP Service are gathering and presenting creative active service opportunities and presenting them to the club, usually in the form of posts on Facebook. In addition, participating and contributing to board meetings, club meetings, things like that. And then also communicating with the board about any of your future plans to bring new service opportunities, create new service opportunities, things like that. But besides that, it's a pretty low-stress job. I would definitely recommend it if you're interested in finding a way to help out the community, and it's super rewarding. So please consider VP Service.
Hey guys, it's Han. I just want to talk a little bit about what it's like being VP Social. So essentially, their main thing is to organize social events and also help with any other events, like social events that may happen. So essentially, things like inductions or tapping, you want to help with those. And also to basically help the presidents with anything they need and working with your other VP as well. Because even though you're VP Social, you're not just doing social, you're also helping out on the service side too. Because he's a service club. But you're mainly focusing on the social end. So organizing social events like maybe senior celebration or periodic other social events. So that's basically what it's like being VP social. And yeah, see you guys later. Bye.
Hey guys, my name is Johnny Cow and I am your key historian. The main role as the historian is keeping the Instagram up to date with the many service opportunities or club meetings that are happening. By keeping the Instagram alive, I am able to spread the important news updates, and it's another application that people can use if they don't have access to Remind or Facebook. Lastly, as historian, your role is to take many pictures at the wonderful key events that you will have. You do not need a professional camera. I don't have one. I just use my phone. And sometimes you will collab with the webmaster by sending them photos from key events that they may want to put on their website. So that is all. I hope this helps, and good luck to the next historian.